Hi guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zicree of Space Command. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Westworld. I've been watching it. There's only 3 episodes left, and I wanted to chime in on it because it's an incredibly well-produced show with incredibly disappointing things in it. And so let's get into it. I watched the first season, really loved the first season. Liked the second season less. Like this one. This one has the same problems as the second season. I'll tell you what I think the problem is, because I'm also watching Better Call Saul, which is a terrific show, and they're doing right what Westworld, I think, is doing wrong. And let me just get right into it. Here's my core belief about television as someone who's written television for the last 40 years. I really think you need to have characters that you like and want to take the journey with. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're heroic. For instance, in Better Call Saul, we're watching the main character slide down and down and down in terms of his moral code, but he loves his wife. There's a scene where it looks like they're both going to get killed, and he's actually trying to get her out of the situation. He's not trying to save himself. He's trying to save her. And so we like him. They love each other. We're rooting for them. So again, we take the journey with them because we like them. They're brave. The other character in it, Mike, is brave. These are the characters we identify with and care about. So in the first season of Westworld, you had Dolores and Bernard and Maeve as sort of your prime characters, your prime viewpoint characters, particularly Maeve and Dolores. And you liked them and you cared about them because they seemed, well, with Dolores, she was a sweet person and loved Teddy and loved her father and had a good heart. Then Maeve, was trying to save her daughter and all of these things. And you just cared about these people. They had compassion, they had good hearts, they cared about someone. Now, through the second season, of course, Dolores has become essentially a ruthless killing machine. And Maeve is like, okay, what's her motivation? What does she want? She's kind of just wandering around. They're trying to set her on Dolores to kill Dolores. But, it's not a great motivation. She doesn't want to do it. And it's like, well, you could go see your daughter again in Never Neverland. And it's like, well, wait a minute. She already saw her daughter. Her daughter didn't remember her. Her daughter has a different mother because of the programming of Westworld. And, that's not really a motivation. It's like it became clear to her that this was just a script that she was playing out, regardless of what she felt. And so there's the characters are basically, you don't and Bernard has just become a cipher. Bernard, they're giving him so little to do, and it's like, and meantime, of course, all these other characters, we got to know Teddy and so forth, they're all gone for now, and we find out that Dolores is all of the androids she's taken with her are essentially copies of her. Now, by the way, if you're trying to hide out and you can put yourself in bodies that look like anybody, why on earth would you make yourself look exactly like you did in Westworld? Why wouldn't you make yourself look like Joe Schmo or anybody? Because then no one would know that it's you. So, kind of interesting, but she's totally ruthless and doesn't really seem to care about anybody, really, other than herself. So that leaves us with Jesse Pinkman, the actor from Breaking Bad, who's playing a soldier here, and he's a very good actor. And he's doing a very, very good job. But there's so many things in the show that are like ideas, but not emotionally engaging. So he's given a drug that puts him in different TV and movie genres. In this last episode, and it's like, it didn't really work. Kind of funky, kind of dumb. And then he's sticking his head out like at the top of a car, firing this weapon, and the bad guys are pursuing cars, and they're firing machine guns at him. And he is not behind cover of any kind. So why on earth aren't they hitting him? Because he's the hero. Stupid, dumb. And particularly because he's a soldier. And a soldier would have those instincts. He doesn't seem like a soldier. He doesn't seem like he has those instincts or training particularly. So, again, it's like, it's an interesting show. It's beautifully done. But again, it's like you watch it and you say, why should I care about any of these people? and then it's like, and it's simplistic. Like, for instance, Dolores sends everyone their fate according to this analytical computer, and everyone starts going crazy and breaking windows and rioting. And it's like, well, no. Elaine pointed out that wouldn't be what people would do. First of all, many people wouldn't believe it. Secondly, it's just computer's guesswork. Thirdly, nobody ends up well. Nobody gets married, has a family, makes a lot of money, retires to the Bahama or whatever, to the Bahamas, and it's like, okay, everyone's miserable. No. So it's just funky, and so and then when they said there's only 3 more episodes left, really, that's a fast season. How many episodes is it? 6? Gee whiz, people come and go so quickly here. Anyway, so that's sort of my feelings about it. I like the show. I keep rooting for it. I keep wanting it to get good. But they introduce new characters, like this French guy, and he's flying around, and who the hell is he, and why should we care about him? And he invented this gizmo, and then the rich kid who's kind of living off the money, and he doesn't seem to have any kind of heart. Nobody seems to have any heart. Nobody seems to care about anybody, and except Jesse. And his name is Aaron. We know Aaron Paul. We know who he is. But it's like, but he's great, though he seems like exactly he's the same guy as in, the Breaking Bad, more or less. But he, at least, I believe what he says. I believe what he feels, and he's actually compassionate. He doesn't take crimes where he hurts people or tries not to, and he cares about Dolores and reaches out and takes risks to help another person, whereas I don't see anyone else doing that in this show. So anyways, it's like, it's such a simple lesson, and it's such an easy trick, which is have your characters be selfless, have them care about someone else, have them be brave, have them love somebody, but make it work dramatically. If it's like the kid that they cast as Maeve's daughter is like not very interesting. The little boy they cast as Bernard's ostensible son was terrific, and he was really well written too, but he was an illusion, so he doesn't exist. It's like, well, maybe he'll just pop up later, but he'll be like, a teenager by then. But again, you have to, when we crafted Space Commander, when I'm working with Rockne O'Bannon on Sweet Haven, it's like, who are these people? What do they care about? Who do they love? What's their worst fear? Why do we take the journey with them? Why are they our viewpoint characters? And complexity, humanity, it's all the same stuff. Whether it's Kirk and Spock, or Blade Runner, or Deckard in Blade Runner, he's a guy who falls in love and steps outside of his definition of who he is and finds who he really is. And so, anyway, so that's about it for now. If you aren't a subscriber to Mr. Sci-Fi, I was going to say, what are you doing here? But subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi. We're doing a new episode of Space Command that's going to be amazing. It's being done during the pandemic. Our actors are shooting their scenes. Armin Shimmerman, J.G. Hertzler, Robert Picardo, Mira Furlan, Bill Mumy, and then, our regulars, Ethan McDowell, Brian McClure, Barbara Bragg. And we just had a worldwide talent search that went very, very well. So check us out, and we'll talk really soon. Bye, guys.